welcome back to Sleeperbbq. Today we're going to try another attempt at making some breakfast sausage links. Excuse my clothes, these are my work clothes. It's too damn hot to be outside working today, so thought I'd take advantage of some making sausage links. At least we're going to try to. A new recipe for breakfast sausages. Country breakfast sausage links. I was sort of motivated, I used to be a couple places I would buy my sausage links from. One would be Woods Produce, which the young owner of that had passed away years ago. Unfortunately took his own life. And then just Sunday of this past week, unfortunately another gentleman had passed away unexpectedly, and he was my new go-to place for getting sausage links, and that was Miller's Country Store, Miller's Country Market. And it sort of kind of motivated me. I've been wanting to do some sausage links again, but I really wasn't happy with the first recipe, and just wasn't making time to try them again. So today I did. Okay, so we're back. So a few months back I bought a bunch of pork, and I just cut some pieces off the pork, a couple shoulders, or pork butts rather, and I made some 2-bone pork chops. My main intention was to cook some sausage, or make some sausage again in the future, so here we are. So I am going to cut off some of this fat cap here and leave some of it also, so just so I can make sure I have enough fat content in my sausage. So we're going to do a little bit of trimming, and I need to apologize if you hear some background noise, but I have to run the AC in here today for obvious reasons. Here's we're bringing you back. So I have 5 pounds 5 ounces. I did have to put some trimmings from some ribs I did, and another well, actually this, when I cut up this pork, to bring it up to 5 pounds. I just want to try and make it as simple as possible. Take all the possible error factors out, so we went with 5 pounds. We'll bring you back. Okay, so we're back. Got everything sort of kind of set up for the most part. Rinsed everything down. It's been a while since I used it. Wiped it off. Meat's in the freezer. The front part of the grinder is in the freezer, chilling. So with this is a PS Seasonings 117B. It's a breakfast sausage seasoning kit for fresh sausage. So there's no #1 curing salt in it. And as you can see from when I used it last time, it's 1 tablespoon per pound. So we have 5 pounds of meat. So I'm going to go 5 scoops of this. Three, 4, and 5. Now, I am going to doctor it up a little bit. I'm just going to eyeball this. I don't want it real hot. I'm probably putting maybe a teaspoon of red pepper flake in there. I'm going to probably add, because I'm not sure the ingredients with the PS Seasonings, so I'm not going to go real crazy, and we're just going to end up tasting this before long. So that's a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. We have some more sage. You can smell the sage in this, but I want to bring it up a little bit. So that's another half teaspoon of sage. And like I said before, we will be tasting this cumin. Same thing, about another half teaspoon. Red cayenne pepper. Same thing, about a half a teaspoon. And I'm going to try this mustard powder, right or wrong, but I'm trying it. Half a teaspoon. And then we're coming in with fine ground, pure ground pepper, black pepper. That's 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons. Now we're coming in with our pink curing salt. And this is, which you're not going to be able to read, I can barely read it with glasses on, 1 level teaspoon per 5 pounds. We have 5 pounds. Teaspoon. And we want to level it. So we'll get this whisked up and we'll bring you back. Okay, so we've got our head unit, whatever you want to call it there, out of the freezer. We're going to put our cutting blade in. I am going to give this a little shot of duck fat before putting it in. Okay, meat's out the freezer. Could have probably stood to be in there a little bit longer, but we're going with it. It's cold. It's been in the refrigerator before I even sliced it up. It was only a 5 pound butt, so it didn't take long to cut it up into slices. This is probably going to get a little noisy, so I'm going to play it by ear and see if I need to maybe just not film the grinding portion. But I'll at least start it. LM 22mm big bite. No issues at all. Okay, so we took everything apart, cleaned it, cleaned the cutter, and I've got just took the meat out of the freezer again while it was waiting for me, and I have the cutter head inside the freezer again. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this seasoning to the meat before I run it back through another grind. Okay, same process as last time. After I put the seasoning into the meat, I did put it back in the freezer for a little while. The stuffer head, cutter head, whatever you want to call it, has just come out the freezer. I installed a smaller cut die. I think this is a 6mm, and I also greased the cutter blade. And this one's going to be a little bit more labor intense, but you're going to have to use the stuffer here. The pusher, rather. Alright, so we got that grind over with. Got things soaking in the sink, getting cleaned up. I've added 1 cup of cold water out of the refrigerator. My refrigerator's set up pretty high, or low I should say. I like cold water to drink. And I like my beer cold. So it's not ice water, but it's plenty cold. So we're just going to start mixing this up. Alright, so when mixing this up, Basically want to mix it up to, a sticky consistency where it's not, just falling off your glove. And for those of you who wanted to see a patty stick to the hand, there it is. Alright, so we made ourselves a patty. Let's try it. I like it, but I think I'm going to put some more sage in there and a little more hot pepper. Alrighty, now for the fun part. So I'm going to stuff, I only have a little 5-pound stuffer. So you just want to stuff this stuff in here. Making sure that you keep pushing it down to get rid of any air pockets that you could have between the layers. I think I already said that this is my only stuffer I have other than a hand stuffer. It's a 5-pounder, so sort of kind of hence why I was shooting for 5 pounds when I started to grind. Put a little duck fat on the stuffer tube. This is a 3/4 inch stuffer tube. I've got cold water in my pan. So we're just going to thread this thing up and let the fun begin. Keep in mind, people, I am a rookie at this. I am still learning. So when I brought the stuffer down to fill up the tube, I did back off the handle to release some of the pressure. So there goes nothing. Trying to do this without some blowouts. Probably going to be next to impossible. And being one person here, trying to keep this stuffer stable. So far, so good. Messed up because I forgot to show you me twisting them. So basically all I did, if I can get it in the camera shot, there's 2 marks right here. I marked mine at 5 inches. And you basically, once you get them off the stuffer tube, tie your knot in there. I had no blowouts. These, as I said earlier, I've been using these Hessen hog casings for a couple stuffs now, so sometimes if I have too much casing on there, but not enough that I want to throw it away. I mean, too much then I want to throw it away, so I'll keep it, and that's what happened here. I came up with 2 short casings that were in the bowl soaking. But so tie your knot, bring out a sausage, you take your ending or beginning to the end, you pinch it, then you bring another one up, do the same thing to the 2 marks, and then you twist the sausage. That's all you do. Then you bring up the next one, pinch it, bring up the next one, pinch it, and give it a twist. Okay. So we got them in another tray. Get ready to put them in the refrigerator so they can bloom. So that's my another attempt to breakfast sausage links. It's still a PS Seasonings kit number 117, but I just doctored it up. I mean, they had good taste before, but I wanted more punch in them. I wanted more sage, wanted more pepper. Want a little more spice to it, heat, and I think I got it. I'm sure it will still need some tweaking yet, but we'll see after they come out of the refrigerator from blooming, and we'll cook one up, give it some time. Just like anything, even leftovers, I mean, they just get better as they sit in the fridge and chill out, and sort of flavors sort of marry together. So I think I'm gonna be real happy. I'm still no Russ Jones with Smoky Ribs, or Joe was Smoking Joe, or Chud, but watch out, OGs, Sleeper Barbecues on your tail end. So that's about it. We got them done. Only 5 pounds, no blowouts, which I was really happy with. I think that's it. All we really added to it was, some red pepper, some cayenne, black pepper. I might have wanted to use a coarse ground pepper instead of pure ground pepper, but again, we'll try it. What else did I get in there? Some cumin, onion powder, did I say? Garlic powder. So we'll give them a shot, and hopefully everything's good, and we'll be making more. This is Lance with Sleeper BBQ. Thanks for watching, and as always, please subscribe to the channel. It helps out in a great deal. And give me a thumbs up, would be much appreciated. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.